For our next inductee, could I please have head softball coach, Jan Rediger.
Let me do this first. First, I want to make a disclaimer because I know as soon as I introduce this next inductee and she comes up and I hand her the plaque and give her a hug, it's going to come to your mind, geez, Jan's really short. But I'm putting that out there. I don't get offended by it. So before I introduce Miss Jennifer Emery Garella, I want to brag about her for a second. Jen was a 3-time first team all-conference player. The one year she was second. Let me just tell you a little bit about her real quick. She had just hit 3 home runs over the fence at St. Vincent, and they made the mistake of pitching to her all 3 times, and we were winning the game pretty convincingly. And the 4th time she came up, they walked her intentionally, and she always gave 150%. And she come running into 3rd. The run didn't mean anything, but gave it all she had and kind of blew out her knee on the slide. So kind of ended the season at that point, but that's the kind of player she was. So that was the 3-time first team, and that was the second team year. She was also named ECAC Division III South Region first team. She holds the school records in home runs, RBIs. She's the 2nd all-time for season record in hits, doubles, RBIs, and batting average. And we've had some great players here at Westminster, so that is a big accomplishment. Jen is a 2-time team MVP. She was top 2 in the team in batting average 3 out of her 4 seasons and batted over 300 every season. She was named to the PAC, the conference 60th anniversary team, and she was also on Westminster's all-decade team. But these are just her stats to real quickly just talk about her a little bit. And one of her former teammates is here, and we talked about it on the way in. I said, that's what I'm going to say about her. She was a freshman when Jen was a senior, and they all feared her. So Jen, they all feared you. I had 4 years of, I was the good cop, she was the bad cop. I had 4 years that I did not have to tell anybody what they were doing wrong because Miss Emery had no fear of doing that. Now, that being said, I had many people come in my office to say that, and my answer would be, watch her practice, watch her play. She talks the talk, and she walks the walk. And once they realized that, and her teammates can attest to that, they saw that. So for 4 years, she pushed, and we as coaches like to push people to their limits. But Jen as a teammate, she was not a pat them on the back. It was catch that next time. And that put fear in their eyes, but guess what? They caught it next time. And it was, if we were struggling at a position, you'll meet Jen. She was my lefty pitcher, 6 foot something lefty first baseman. We were struggling in outfield. She'd come in, put me in outfield, put me there. It was wherever we needed someone, that's where she wanted to be. If we needed that run, this is the young lady that we wanted to come up the bat. So that being said, it is my honor to introduce to the 2021 class, Jennifer Emery Garella.
Make me cry before we even start talking.
You got this.
Thanks. Before I start, can I have everybody clap? She's doing it all day. She's not doing it anymore. Thank you, Jan. I very much appreciate that. Very kind words. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to be here and be the recipient of this award. I first want to start off by congratulating all the other recipients, and I'm honored to be inducted with you tonight. As I read through all of your profiles, I have to admit that I was impressed with your accomplishments. That being said, mine were by far the best. Of course, I'm totally kidding. I want to thank the members of the Hall of Fame committee for selecting me for this award, and I am very honored to be here to accept it. I want to thank Westminster College and the athletic department for giving me a chance to thrive, and I am very proud and honored to know I did not let you down. I enjoyed attending Dub C, which is what we call it on the softball field. I very much enjoyed playing softball. My only regret, I would say, was I didn't play volleyball. I wish I played volleyball, but Other than that, that was my only regret. I have many coaches that have helped me out who aided me throughout my softball career. Kerry Brown, who was my high school coach, he actually started the first team at Laurel High School. My sister was actually the senior, and she was the very first pitcher there. Also, Sam LaFossa, who was my travel ball coach. Coach Pinkerton, Coach Miller, and Coach Starr, who were also my coaches here at Westminster. But last, certainly not least, Jan, thank you for all of your coaching skills and all of your advice throughout the years. Sorry. I also want to congratulate you in such a successful coaching career here at Westminster. Oh, this is going to be rough. I would not be here today without my family, which includes my parents, grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, and of course my siblings. As the youngest of 6, I've learned a lot from my siblings growing up. You all taught me how to be strong, smart, independent, obviously athletic. From playing sports in the house to shooting bottle rockets at each other, we learned how to move quickly. You all had a big impact in my life, you all had a big impact on me growing up, teaching me what to do, sometimes teaching me what not to do as well. To my big brothers, thank you for always protecting your baby sister. Thank you for bringing all of my sister-in-laws and my nieces and nephews into our family with unconditional love and support. Every single one of you have a special place in my heart. I need to thank my sister Lori, who was not only my coach, but she was also my big sister. I'm not sure why she stuck out with coaching me, because every time I made a mistake, somehow I ended up blaming her, and it was always her fault. But she held in with me anyway. Seriously, big sis, I would not be here without your support every step of the way. In fact, which we were talking about this earlier, my softball team nicknamed her Superfan because she was at every single game, no matter what. Even though you physically look up at me, I have always looked up to you in everything else. To my mom, Barb, you were the key reason I am the person that I am today. You have always been my shoulder. You have always been my shoulder to cry on, my ear when I needed to complain, and my #1 fan. And that's what makes you, in my definition, a mother. You've always had my back, but you also put me in my place when I needed it. I can never thank you enough, and there's not enough words to describe what you mean to me. But Mom, sad to tell you, you may have to share the #1 spot with my husband. In fact, when I told him that I was being inducted, he told more people than I did because he was just very proud of me. Since the day we met over 3 years ago, you have been nothing but supportive, loving, and caring, and to me and my entire family. We even actually had to make flashcards so he could learn all the family members of my family because I have such a big family. He did better than I expected. My nieces and nephews used to ask where he was when he wasn't at. We used to ask where I was when I wasn't at a party, but now they want to know where Uncle Bill is. You're my best friend and the best father that Mia can ask for. We are very blessed to have you. You have also brought the best in-laws into my life. They welcome me with open arms, big hearts. So thank you for letting me be a part of your family. Billy, I'd like to say that I was not your first love, but I hope I am your last. Even though I miss playing sports, I look forward to watching my nieces, my nephews, and my daughter play. Whether they play sports, cheer, dance, it doesn't matter. They will have support from our family. I also want to thank a few people that can't be here tonight. That would be my father, Jim, and my maternal grandparents, Bob and Anna Mae. I know they're watching and they're very proud. Again, congratulations to all the recipients, and I thank you. Go Titans!